Okay. On today's episode of Fossil Formations of the World, we need to do some catch up, right? We've kind of done, like, in the last 3 episodes, kind of a formation per episode, but we haven't really finished any of them. Like, we put in some chunkings, we have none of the other animals here, we put all this effort into this moat, but the back part of the exhibit's kind of unfinished. You know, this one's mostly done, but we're missing, like, 1 or 2 species. We've got 2 crocs, but that doesn't finish the exhibit either. We didn't finish that one. We didn't finish the barn. We didn't finish the paddock walls. Like, there's a lot of little things left to do. We also have a major fracture on our chunking here we got to deal with, and we have a disease we don't have research here in the form of hookworms. So that's the first thing to do, is get this taken care of. Which is taking everybody. We seriously need 4 people on this. Wow. Worth pointing out that we have the modded settings back. Last episode we didn't have them put in. I forgot and I just rolled with it. Now we do have them in here. And you can see the income tax is skyrocketed back up to where we expect it to be. Cutting profit off at the knees, which is what we want. And our star rating is down. We were at something like 3 stars last time. We're down under 2 now. So let's get this done, and then we can get these guys treated and maybe do an expedition or research more animals. All right, yeah, worth pointing out that, like, dig site randomization, everything is unlocked because we did hit 3 stars briefly before I fixed the settings, which means the game remembers we were 3 stars and nothing is actually locked. Every animal we need is available at 2 stars, except for Momenchisaurus, so we'll do everything except for Momenchi. So we're going to start with Coelophysis, finishing off Chinle. 9 and a 5, cheaper, get that done. Other guys being treated. And we're working on a little back path here so the vehicles have easier access into the Shakshi Malformation exhibit without having to go the long way around. We put a backup generator in here, which I wasn't going to use, but it's really awkward if we extend a path and put a regular generator in here, a regular geothermal generator, to get access to this gate. So I've decided to compromise by using one backup here. I think that's okay. How are you sick again, sir? Oh, cryptosporidiosis is a different disease. Medical? Get in there. At least they're right there. Yeah, and staff is disgruntled because they didn't want to wait on that chunking baby that was pretty hurt. But it's done now. We can return it to its family. Where are you? You're here. The problem when you, like, redesign your park layout very early is you forget where some of your stuff is. Get back in here. Cross the moat. And there's small carnivores 1, so let's start digging up Coelophysis in Ghost Ranch. Just kidding, that's a funny prank. We're actually going to send him on a vacation to Ghost Ranch. He's not going to work. It's not a working vacation. He's just going to hang out and take a break. In the meantime, with no logistics, we can't really do anything else, right? Everything takes at least a little bit, I think. Why don't we just wait? I guess. All right, this is what I've been working on for like 20 minutes. We're putting in a nice security railing for our vehicles to not drive off the cliff. Very much in theory. Piece by piece. It's been rough, but it's in. Now, we can send some expeditions and stuff finally here. So, Coelophysis, Ghost Ranch. Go get them. And then we said we could research Giga, Homalochephale, 9. Yeah, these are all high logistics. So none of these are currently available. What about other research tasks? Staff upgrades. Everything's going to take up logistics that we don't have because we only have the 1 point. If I put another point in, I can't, so never mind. Gene mods? Still need 3 logistics. Yeah, I think we just sit, I guess. Well, while I was building the railing, apparently we got babies that I completely missed. I think they just hatched. Some little babbies, some little Desmatosuchuses. Oh yeah, we need to nickname everybody. Oh shit, this is a thing. Okay, so we got 2 babies. The adults need status info. Excuse me, ranger team. What you doing, man? Get in there. Give me some ranger info. Wait a second. Oh, he's like literally here. Get him? Get the status info. Unauthorized breeding idea came true? Pretty much, yeah. Like, I completely missed that this happened. They're only large, so let's get rid of that. They're done breeding. I also just don't want to breed a bunch of babies and then realize the posto can, like, still eat them, even with the amicable trait, because I'm not actually sure if it won't. So let's not... Well, I guess we answered that. Okay. Well, he's alive. He just bullied him a little bit. He's fine. Look at him. Not a scratch on him. He's completely fine. It's like nothing even happened. Run. Run. Okay. Part of this, like, putting babies in here was the science experiment of, like, what is going to happen to these babies. Also, I want to see the male. Can you get out of the rock? Yeah, so, like, the spikes are the same, right, on the juveniles? Despite the spikes being a dimorphic feature on the male, like, the female has the recurved spines on the shoulder, and the male doesn't. And the juvenile, I would say those spines are kind of curved back in the same way the females are. Maybe not as strongly. Maybe it is kind of in between the two. But the males, like, don't really curve back at all. So it almost feels like the male juvenile's spines are more exaggerated proportionally. Kind of weird. Was that an update, or do amicable animals just hate babies? Yeah, I have no idea. I'm actually not sure. I don't know if this is expected or unexpected behavior. Also, like, is this rock just, like, not collision? Collision mix is all we could set it to. Because, like, he just walked through that rock. Was it because, like, the animation? Maybe it was because the baby was trailing the adult that the baby could just clip through the rock? I don't know. Yeah, I honestly don't know the rules for, like, aggression with juveniles because it feels very, like, random and inconsistent in the game. Like, it doesn't feel like there's that much logic to how any of it works. So, I honestly just don't know what to expect here with this exhibit, and I'm kind of excited to find out, I guess. So maybe we hold off on naming the babies until they maybe survive for a while. Thing is, we turned off juveniles maturing, so they will never not be getting attacked. It's not like we can wait for them to grow up and, like, be done with it. I want to look at dig site upgrades. This is a thing we should have looked at. Operations. Knowledge of 5 species to 50%. Let's get core upgrades done here. Because we are at 5. We already have that condition unlocked, right? Pretty sure. Hatchery's here. Yeah. 5 complete. Alright, yeah, so the names. We worked out the names for the Gallimimus in, like, episode 1, and then we never did it again. So I did go through at the end of last stream and start nicknaming the galleys, but I didn't finish it. Wait. You're still juvenile, right? Yeah. Wait a second. Did I... Am I crazy? Wait, no ancestors found. Wait, do I not? No, I do have juveniles. Oh, yeah. These are just... Okay. I named all the juveniles. Right, because the kids were obvious. It was the adults that I couldn't... Because I couldn't remember the name of Tia Leone's character. That's what it was. That's why this is... Okay, yes. So we have 2 adult females to name because I couldn't think of Tia Leone's character. I still can't. Amanda. There it is. We got there. Amanda Kirby. Because these are all named after the first names of Jurassic Park characters. Yes. That's what this nickname theme was. Alright. Amanda. And then we need a Jurassic Park 4. Claire is the obvious one. Claire usually would be a Stegosaurus with the Lost World, but we'll do a Claire. Okay, great. Job done. 1 species fully nicknamed. Dinokyruses. I had an idea for these. I need to look up a female duck real quick. Google female duck. In lieu of any iconic female duck characters from Looney Tunes, I'm doing Disney. So we can have a Daisy and we can have a Donald. All right. All right. 2 nickname themes down. Maybe I should Google if it's Daisy with an E. All right. As we deal with the crypto outbreak, we can also push the extraction capacity and improved yield upgrades out here. And process the rest of our fossils that we're sitting on. Okay, so the names of the crocs, right? There's a story behind these. So Niles and Everglade are a pair of nicknames I have in my nickname sheet for Pokemon. For Totodile specifically. Niles the Totodile and Everglade because I needed a female counterpart for Niles in my nickname sheet. The other one I use is Gator Boy, but that breaks from the nickname conventions, obviously. He's a Gator Boy, you know? And so to pair with that, we named this other one Congo, which I think works on a couple levels, actually, after discussing this with chat. Because Congo is a Michael Crichton novel, so, you know, that works. That makes sense. And Congo sounds a little bit like Croc. It could be Crongo, you know? The Congo River has crocodiles. It works. But we do need an equivalent or a different name for... Ooh, shit. Egg. Okay, 3 Posto eggs. Cool. That's going to have to be 3 more rivers. Let me get started on that. Not necessarily rivers. They can be waterways. Upgrade time. The eggs are about to hatch. I just wanted to get this done first before I get distracted and forget about it. So control center. Scientist hiring fees and salaries. Probably pretty good. I'm going to say expedition center. Maybe a yield. Also, I'm going to say this. We made a bunch of money illegitimately because we didn't have the right settings. We should set the cash back to low. We should burn our extra money. It's only fair. We made way too much money last stream without doing it. Paid for nickname? I can't... Oh, I do see it. Wow, it actually... Damn, man. All right, what's your nickname, buddy? What do you want, Brady? That does overrule my existing nickname themes. Science Center will be... It actually worked, too. It actually came up. It was you. It literally does not say your name. It literally says Brady's name. Can't lie to me. Unless there was some, like, some weird thing with that. Is it male or female? Do you want to rename one of the existing ones or name one of the upcoming babies? We'll do a costs here. You can name a poutine. No, we got babies coming that are gonna need names. Naming one of the babies is perfect. Here they come. If you pay 10K, can you choose a username without the theme? Yes. Alright. So we got baby girl, we got baby boy, we got another baby girl. Give you points. I'm not giving you points. That's not how points work. Now, my suggestion would be that this becomes Gator Boy. Following the Pokemon half of the nickname theme, not so much the waterway half. And then if you want to name one of the females, Brady, you can do that. Alright, some Coelophysis fossils and some sellable Cynodonts. That will finish them. We can get a batch of these guys in the Chinle Formation exhibit. In the meantime, we will research probably Gigant. Actually, let's work on... We need 12 for Theory? Youch. Let's work on the other exhibit first, Namet. Homalochephale. Where are you, little friend? There you are. Alright, introducing by request, by paid nickname reward redemption on Twitch. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez It's one of our female juvenile Postosuchuses. And then, of course, Gator Boy, and then this one, which is going to be one of the other backup nicknames I had from before when I was looking up rivers that have crocodiles, which is Nilwala in Sri Lanka. So there we go. Everglade, Congo, Niles, Alexandria, Ocasio-Cortez, Gator Boy, and Nilwala. Wow. What a squad. Can we see the full... Yeah, we can see the full name if we hover over. I just trusted your spelling. So if this name is misspelled, that's Brady's fault in chat, not my own. No, and if AOC is watching and, you know, objects to being a crocodile name be named after her, well, you just got to chime in chat and we can change it. All right. Next nickname theme. So there was a request for a poutine. And rather than use that randomly on one of the crocs, we're going to name the Chungking after food because we need food. We need a nickname for them. It might as well be food. So let's start with number one. Number one, number one's going to be the dumpling. Another chat suggestion. I think poutine. Poutine feels masculine. I think this has to be poutine. Actually, no. This should be steak. Yeah, steak. And this is poutine. All right, steak, dumpling, and poutine, and now we need the babies. The babies got to be like little things. How about like a nugget? We got nugget. What other foods are there that would fit? Let's think. All right, we got nicknames. So we did Nugget as our first juvenile male. Coming off of that, chat suggested Cupcake and Biscuit, and completely breaking with theme, Butter Chicken. So those are our Chungkingasauruses. Steak, dumpling, poutine, nugget, cupcake, biscuit, and butter chicken. Crazy. Butter chicken might now be my favorite. What do we think is going on here? Shared with adult Postosuchus. Angry, sad. Shared with regular Postosuchus. Okay, fine. But actually 100% thriving. And it is amicable. This is just like a visual glitch. Because they don't actually get penalized by this, seemingly. It just shows as red. Like, all the Postosuchuses are... like, amicable as well. Maybe it's because the Postosuchus still threatens them that this shows as red. Like, this is like basically saying these could be like predated upon. Maybe because like it doesn't affect the comfort, which makes sense because of amicable. But maybe the game is just trying to tell me like, hey, it's gonna get eaten. He's gonna die. I don't know. Okay, we've got names for the Desmatos that are completely friggin' random. We'll just go through them here. We got Detective Shovel, an in-joke that precisely one viewer of the channel knows, and that's hilarious to me. We've got Captain Crawford, named after a real cougar at an actual zoo. We've got Turkey, suggested arbitrarily by chat. We've got Loaf, which is a adjustment. Oh, you almost died as well. An adjustment to a suggested nickname from chat. And we have Cactus, another suggested nickname from chat that feels appropriate for a spiny animal. We could have gone into the cactus direction more, but these guys kind of ended up just having a random assortment of nicknames, and I think that's fine. And everybody loves Detective Shovel, so we have to have Detective Shovel. We can't not. All right, pausing. This disease outbreak is awful. I did do dart upgrades to the medical building to try to get on top of this crypto outbreak, but it shows no signs of stopping. Coelophysis. What skin were we using for Chinlay, actually? I forgot. Back to Chinlay, briefly. We are using Sonoran. So we want some Sonoran Coelophysis to finish off that exhibit. One dinosaur for our croc exhibit. Sonoran Desert. Sonoran Desert. Wait. Are these actually different colors? Is this a bug? Am I going crazy? Every other color is the same, right? No. Hold on. Sorry. What? Same. 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 Is Coelophysis bugged? Like, bugged in that the tile shows the wrong colors for one of the two? Because these are pretty similar base skin colors. Like, it'd be more obvious with Death Valley. Yeah, no, this is definitely the same brown. This is bugged. The female is bugged. Weird. I never noticed that before. Huh. What a weird, just like a graphical glitch. They just have the wrong color tiles on some of the colors. Baffling. Postosuchus and Desmato Detective Shovel will figure it out. Exactly. Humble Social. Also, it keeps with the rougher theme of the exhibit because the original Detective Shovel, spoilers, is a Geodude. So it's actually a Pokemon in joke, fitting with the Pokemon nicknames reused for the Postosuchus, while also being somewhat different from them, which works out really well. Ah, god damn it. You know what? Just get him. I don't care. Be mad at me. It's fine. Well, tour shut down on account of Daisy being a pain in the ass. Minor injuries, surface wounds. I mean, medical team will get to it. Does maintenance just gotta come and do this? I don't even know the last time I've seen this happen in this game because we don't use tours that often anymore. Yeah, maintenance is on the way to reboot it. This doesn't really matter, right? This like doesn't even affect your security rating. It's just a little annoying speed bump that is of absolutely no consequence. Because this game is of no consequence. Yeah, safety rating 100%. Like, the worst part is just the injury. Annoying. I didn't really consider that the Theries would be attacking my vehicles, I gotta say. Alright, Coelophysis. I like the ones that have the more prominent spinal pattern. Although it also becomes more prominent on the males. Okay, I definitely like that one. It can stay a female. That definitely stays a female. Let's do male on this one so it doesn't match the other one with the Pilo. And this one's kind of whatever either way. Maybe we do half and half. Yeah, let's do that. I think these males are all good and different. A couple of skittish. It's probably fine. Let's get the disgruntled person on a vacation. All expenses paid. And let's go dig up Homalochephale, which is in 2 or 1 dig site? One dig site. Boom. Alright, outbound Coelophysis. Where's my Zigga? Where am I? Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, I should delete my Posto nest because I don't want him to breed again. Alright, Coelophysis on the way. I need to fix this sign. So what are these letters called? Font electrolytes. Alright. Prepare for manual editing. Good enough. I'm not gonna finagle the letters anymore. I accept where they are placed. What I don't accept is the height difference between Coelophysis and Desmatosuchus. Because, whoo-wee, that's bad. Let's fix that. So we do this, and then we do this. Sir? Sir? This. 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 This, and this. Confirm. Advance move. About there? Good enough. Good enough. And I didn't make anything else move weird. Nope, it looks good. Alright, updated Shinlei formation sign. Hooray. Fossils, hooray. Homalochephale, the little guy, the fella. He gets to live peacefully in an herbivore enclosure and never get eaten. How good for him. As the Coelophysos come over, we have a storm approaching the island. Let's crack the shelter here. A quick check. We should look at our ratings. Because it matters again, and I should be thinking about it. 80% on these amenities. We should get a set of amenities in here. I kind of wanted to get the outer loop made, though. I mean, I could put in just like a small set as temporary ones. You know what? That's probably the play, right? Or maybe even just a set of temporary mediums, honestly. Texarkana. Because we're in America. This is our America exhibit. This is out of range of power. This is going to be weird and fiddly with that path back there. Okay, let's put them over here. Green and white and yellow. That's about what I expected. Annoying. Maintenance is on their way to one place or another. You're a million miles away. Unfortunate. 8 is also not nearby. Oh my god, why are you... Oh, these are agitated by storm. Okay, capture team. Sedate. Donald and Daisy. Maintenance is gonna get on this eventually. I guess I just, you know, let things play out. Yeah, that didn't take long. This enclosure's already fallen to pieces. We definitely need, like, cars over here, but I just want to get more of this section of the park built before I put in other facilities. Like, yeah, go back in. Go home. That's your home. And the fact that, like, I still have been able to squash this disease outbreak is nuts. Let's look at this. So this is, like, cryptosporidiosis or something. Yes, crypto. So, if we want to wean our dinosaurs off of their crippling addiction to cryptocurrency, we can maybe take care of the... Thank you! Prolific... Really? A political figure died to a dinosaur? God, I wish. Anyway, we not create their views, but money is money. Hilarious. That's a lot of money. I'm okay taking that with a publicity hit. Let's do it. Cryptosporidiosis. 621... And 9. Everybody needs to be on this. Let's get this treated and maybe we can deal with this then. Okay. Nothing can escape from these enclosures on account of the natural barriers preventing them from doing so. I actually don't need to sedate the Dinochirus for that reason. There's literally no fence for him to attack. So that was dumb of me. That was unnecessary. Okay. Sorry, maintenance team. Where the fuck do you think you're going, buddy? You turn right around, you go right back to that fence, and you fix it. Or I'm gonna, swear to God, I'm gonna turn this stream around. Okay, that guy's going back inside. I do like when the dinosaurs just like walk back in, like they're bored. Dinosaur poison. God damn it. I already have too much disease. Leave me alone. Okay, get in here, Coelophysis. Get in here. There should be other guys out running. There's one over here. I feel like they knew what they were doing when they added that event. Like, that feels like deliberately playing into some stuff, you know? Alright. Coelophysis, 100% comfort. Everybody else is good and happy and doing well. Coelophysis babis. So these guys are small nest. We'll throw a small nest in right here. Okay, everything's contained. Heart can open back up. Let's get our third Texicana amenity in here for the placeholdering. Wait. Food, drink, shopping. Okay, yeah, they do look different. It's, for some reason, yeah, it wasn't obvious to me, but they have a completely different color palette. I don't know what I'm a crazy person. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to his lies. Milkshakes. No, we need orange now. Soda cans. The milkshakes will in fact not bring the boys to the yard. We actually do need soda cans. That is actually the way. Soda, candy, we're just gonna rot the teeth of everybody who comes to this park. Dentists love us. Souvenirs is fine. Is it? No. What am I doing? Wait. We do... Okay, all the green disappeared because I don't understand amenity demand in this game, apparently. Yeah, so the green goes to orange. Okay, pause because things are dying. Green goes to orange. Why did the white... I must have clicked off the white. And then we need white and green here. Yes. Okay, acceptable. Who is dying and why? Multiple dying babies. Probably because they got attacked. So as long as they survive getting harassed, it's not really a problem. It's if they're like starving already or something, then they get hit, they'll die. Otherwise, it seems like we're actually fine. Alright, Homalochephale process. Expeditions. Expedition 33 Homalochephale. That sounds like a thing almost. That's almost... Is that what passes for humor on this stream? I guess. Depleted, so it should be done. Gigants. One Gigantspinosaurus. We don't need you. Yeah. Alright. Great. As the preeminent scavenger in our park, I think scavengers works as a nickname theme. So how about we do vulture? We do hyena. We do like a raccoon. What other prominent scavengers are there? Types of scavengers. Vultures. I mean, like, most animals will scavenge, given the choice. Jackal's a good one. But I'm trying to think of, like, kind of stereotypical prominent scavengers. Yeah, I'll look at some options here. Botfly? Botfly is a hideous name. I'm not naming one Botfly. Okay, I've opted to keep the nicknames more on the larger side for the adults. So vulture, hyena, bear, jackal. This was supposed to be... Wait, what was this one going to be? It was not going to be that. Fuck. I forgot. And Steven Seagal. Shit. I unpaused and paused. Alright, we'll do coyote. I think that works. Babies in 2 minutes. Alright, well, those come. We'll come back to nickname them. I wrote down 4 names for them. So the baby's going to be rat, maggot, raccoon, and crow. Those are the other scavengers. And then for Homalochephale. Oh my god, this fucking thing again. Status checking dumpling. Oh yeah, I want to see where this car goes. Oh, he's going that way. That's actually maybe quicker than going that way. I want to know if they can use this back path. I'm hoping so. Like, I have to try to... Wait, they are actually not good. Require status check. What was he even doing? Wait, what was he... I guess I interrupted the status check to go do the feeder. That makes sense. That's true. Okay, okay, I was gonna check the skins. We were doing Quillian, so we're looking for Quillian Homalochephale. Homalochephale. Quillian. Traits. Amicable, because of the theory that's going to be in this pen. Humble. Begin task. 8 and a 1. Sure. Expedition map for Gigant. And where are we at on the eggs? We're at 40 seconds. Dude, maintenance is at 82%. What is going on in this part? Shit's crazy. Alright. 4 sacrifices. They look like I expect them to. Donald has an undiagnosed ailment? God, I wish. Okay, nothing weird for cosmetics. They look like they were all the same. Sonoran, Steven Seagal. I'm easily amused. Okay, yep, they're all Sonoran. 3 males, 1 female. Alright, so we've got rat. We've got maggot, because it sounds like Maggie. Or Margot. We've got crow. And we've got raccoon. Alright, that's our squad. Lose a Homalochephale egg. I get sabotage risk either way. That's a lot of money. Let's take the boon. Do these, like, money rewards really need to be that crazy, though? Alright, 5. Like, money's already too easy. I like the blue one. We could take the blue one to have a pair. But I also don't mind the yellow. This one's nice. Let's do this. 2 males, 3 females. Okay, there's our Homalochephale. So the last thing we can research is theory. We've got 2 animals I would like to hatch. I don't know if we're going to make it 40 minutes already. Alright, Homalochephale airlifting in. Processing these fossils. If we pull the 4, we can do the 3s. And yeah, we have to go back anyway. Alright. We had a Postosuchus juvenile get trapped, seemingly, on this little island between these waterfalls. Which is interesting. Medical's coming in to treat him, get his HP back up, and then we can move him. Actually, we might want to start moving him now, because he might get murdered. Oh, are you just going to leave without... Oh, no, we got him. You got him, Darby. Great. We don't want little Loaf to get, you know, killed. We also had, like, a Sabo, but it was just, like, a one fence section. I guess because it's, like, a proportional part of the fences. Wait. He's doing it. He's doing it. Okay, I mean, it's not perfect. But he's doing it. Okay, that was a pretty sick trick. God damn, man, that was a sick... He just, like, did a kick flip off the cliff edge. I don't know what that was. This is sick. Okay, he's a lot better at it than the other guy was. Maybe this cliff edge here. Because there's, like, a weird thing where they were, like, kind of getting confused on pathfinding initially there, maybe. So maybe smoothing that back makes that transition a little bit better coming out. Cool. I really like to see the car zip along the hillside there. That's really fun. I'm glad that works as well. I'm sorry. Why are you... I'm sorry. What? How the fuck are you at 16%? Sorry, do I not have... Oh my god, I don't have salmonella? Bro! Okay. Where'd you even get salmonella? They must have... The ranger must have got to the feeder and fixed it before I, like, noticed it. He almost died. Poor Donald Duck. Oh yeah, I forgot we were giving everything toys. I kind of stopped doing that. I need to get enrichment in as well. Homalochephale, missing ground fiber altogether? Really? I should consider if any plants, if like, what plants are maybe known from the formation. Okay, let's put in, we're just gonna do regular fiber because there's no cycads or like calamites from here, right? Although, what was this? What is this? This is Tempeschia? I think this was Tempeschia. So where, I mean, I generally think it looks best around some of the other, like, near the waterways. Also, can I get a Homalochephale? Yeah, there we go. I'm going to probably put in some babies, so let's do a little bit more in here. Let's scatter a little bit in the back in case they move around. Okay, spot check my other guys. 100% comfort, 100% comfort. Okay. Now, this formation is known to house ginkgos, so I think we should put in some decorative ginkgo in a few places. Like maybe like this gap here. Maybe. Can I get a tree? It could, when I say put in some ginkgos, I mean like, can I have a tree? There's a tree. Why don't we, yeah, let's just like pave over the places that don't have tree. And then we'll just scatter, like, we'll just try to generate a ginkgo tree in some different areas. Yeah, there we go. There's a few. That's pretty good. And then wherever they don't generate, we can just replace them. Yeah, like here. It is kind of annoying trying to use these for decorative purposes because they really don't generate in a way that feels particularly consistent. Case in point, this entire strip not generating any of this. You just found out Spider-Man doesn't get paid for the crimes he solves. This may shock you. Spider-Man's not real. So he doesn't get paid for anything ever. Okay, I think that's cool. Just a few ginkgos scattered around for vibes in with the conifers and the Tempeschia and stuff. Sure. Mixed vegetation exhibits always look good if you can put the vegetation in a way where it's not just all crammed together, where it actually feels like separately. I'm not gonna comment on shooting web. All right, we need to get that salmonella done before it causes more problems. Medicine, salmonella. I do need you, and you, and you, and you. Everybody's got to do it. Fine, everybody go do it. Give me some salmon. All right, we need nicknames for the Homalochephale little goats. You know what? Goats are good nicknames. Maybe varieties of goats? All right, we're doing it live. I have here on my phone breeds of goats from Oklahoma State University. We're just going to start at the start of the pack. And I'm just going to pick goat breeds that I think sound like good names. We're going to go with an Angora. I think that's a good name for an animal. So we got Angora. Barbari. I think Barbari is a good one. Barbari, Angora. Maybe I just pick and like go alphabetically. Now we find a C. Cashmere. Cashmere's a good name for a goat. That'll be a lady. One Cashmere. Okay, now we need a D goat. How do you spell Oklahoma? Like that, I think. Damani, because he's the man. Yes. Damani, Kashmir, Barbary, Angora, and Homalo number 3 as I guess Erzgebirge is because that's the only E goat variety that seems to exist. So Erzgebirge. An Erzgebirge goat. Cool. No, I like it. We'll get some babies and we'll continue. Maybe. Yeah. That should be enough. Alright. Fossils, including shrimps. We'll sell our 2 shrimps to the shrimp collector for money and finish off the Gigant DNA. The last animal for today's episode, I think. Alright, some Yukon... Nope. Some Yukon Gigantspinosauruses. Possibly, honestly, one of my least favorite animals in the game at this point, but he's from the formation. He's got to be in the game, in the park. These guys get humble social. They don't need any special traits because they are going in an enclosure that they naturally fit with, so they'll be easy to add. Let's make the selection. Boring and boring. We've got boring and boring. We've got boring and boring. Boring and boring. Well, this one's less boring. That won't keep. To be fair, I'm not giving these guys any help picking this gray base color. But it is what it is. Let's do this one for the darker spines. Let's do 2 males, 4 females. We need a dinosaur named Kratos. No? Probably not. It's not a real mythological figure. So, we're not doing juveniles for the Gigants because I don't want to do juveniles for every single animal. And as an animal that I really don't like, they've gotten the short end of the stick. For a simple nickname theme for them, how about we name them after Chinese cities? So we're going to have Shanghai. We're going to have Beijing. We could have, ironically, Chongqing. Chongqing, the not Chongqing. Chengdu, yeah, that's a good one. I'm just grabbing whatever I see here. I have no idea what the significance or location or geographical position of like any of these cities is beyond, you know, the obvious like 2. Shenzhen, that's a good name. Yeah, I think that works. Shenzhen, Guangzhou, Chengdu, Chongqing, Beijing, and Shanghai. Probably terrible pronunciations on my part, but this may shock you. I happen to be white. In preparation for Therizinosaurus next stream, next video, we need to get staff upgrades, probably, so let's do that. Wait. Was that the right thing? What's the other branch of this? Task upgrades. Yeah, training. Okay, good. Good, good, good. We got screwed out of our Homalochephale nest. The territory decayed, and the female decided not to lay the eggs because the nest disappeared out of the territory. Worst friggin' mechanic in this game, I think. The fact that they can just lose track of the nest. Very obnoxious. Okay, we got more coming, though. So I did a breeding program to rush that along. They actually had 100% compatibility, which was nice. So not too painful. Still very annoying, but not too painful. I like... Well, I don't like, but it is funny to me that we did this nice, you know, dining area to look at the dinosaurs. You can't see them. They're way too small. It'll be better when we have the Memenchis. The Memenchis are really why I wanted to do this, because then you'll see the Memenchis out in the field, and I think that'll be cool. But for now, a little underwhelming. All right, eggs, 4 of them, great. 4 more goats. Might as well. I don't want to like start the digging, so let's do increased output. Just keep working on research tasks here with a little bit of cheaper research on the side. Vehicle under threat. I wish you wouldn't do that. I know ducks are assholes, but like, come on, man. He's eating that log. Loves himself a log. How long do we have here? 1 minute. Well, more like 2. 4 little dudes. I like their spots. I don't know if I've ever commented on these babies before. I'm sure I have in the campaign or something. The spots is a good pattern for a baby. This is quite good. This is probably one of the better babies, actually, because the pattern makes it actually feel like a baby, which I appreciate. All right. Male, male, female, female. Perfect. Okay, so we have for F, we have Finnish, a Finnish goat. It's actually a Finnish landrace goat, but we're just going to call it Finnish. And then we got Grissons. Grisson's stripe goat. We're just going to call it Grisson. And then we got H. Hijazi? Hexy? Hexy's pretty good. It's a Hexy Cashmere. Huaipi? I like Hexy. Hexy. And then, I guess we do Irish for the last one. It's the only I goat, so Irish. So Irish, Hexy, Grisson, and Finnish. Kashmir, Damani, Erzgebridge, Angora, and Barbari. That's our squad. And they appear to be happy and healthy. Great. Alright, let's kill that nest before I forget that it exists. Boom. Alright, job done. Alright. I think we should do one more thing before we end this episode. I was going to put a barn in here. That was the last thing I was referring to there just a moment ago, but I think it's better that we wait till we get the Memenchis so we can find a barn that feels nice and is sized correctly for the Memenchis. Because I just saw one that I liked on the workshop, but it was specifically sized for smaller sauropods like a Postosuchus. And that makes me think that some of the other buildings also might be undersized for our needs without specifying it to us that they're undersized, right? So we could find ourselves in a bit of a trap if we're not careful, and we want to avoid that. So, maybe we end this episode here then. Till next time.